I am smoking some Cornell and Deal, Star of the East, in my Missouri Meerschaum Country Gentleman. Truth be told, I had brought up in a previous recent video that I had never, had Penzance. And I brought up how I was considering getting a little bit of Cornell and Deal Star of the East because a lot of people compare it to Penzance. And Jasen down at 68 Saw Gunner was kind enough to reach out to me, and he told me he had some and he didn't mind sending me some. And he also brought up, he noticed that I had mentioned that I liked Quiet Nights, and he didn't care much for it, and he was willing to offload what he had to me, and we wound up, he was nice enough to send that to me. I appreciate you, Mr. Jasen. Very considerate, sir. And in the process of doing so, I was like, well, hell, I got some stuff I can send him. So we ended up doing kind of a Yabo exchange-o. And anyways, I kind of left this out, but I've got a Milwaukee light in my trunk along with a bunch of other work tools. So I just brought that out here. Hopefully it's been going. I haven't recharged that M12 battery in forever. So hopefully it didn't go out on me. Man, I couldn't wait. I received your package, Mr. Jasen, the same day you received mine. Of course, Jasen, this was all provoked by Jasen. He reached out to me first. He wanted to send me some Star of the East, and then in the process of that, I was like, well, I got some stuff I can send you too. And we just ended up doing this little Yabo exchange-o, but I've had this package since Monday, and I couldn't take it anymore. Wednesday after work, I knew what was in it, but I opened it up to try because I really wanted to test out the Star of the East. And I had been watching Brian Beans 316, a lot of his reviews. He turned me on to the LJ Peretti London Flake, which is great stuff. And he liked this better than Penzance, and I couldn't take it anymore, so I cut open the envelope Wednesday. Now there was a bro note in there, and I did not read it because I didn't want to. I wanted to save that for this box opening or this mail call. So here it is. Mr. Jasen gave me a nice fat stack of GLPs, Quiet Nights. This Quiet Nights is great, man. I'm a telling you. Cornell and Deal, Star of the East. I've already smoked half this bag. He gave me more than this. I smoked it all day at work today at lunch. I smoked a bowl last night. I smoked it all day at work today. I had 3 bowls at lunch. Well, 2 bowls at lunch and then a bowl on the way home, and then now I'm having my 3rd bowl. Well, 3rd bowl today. So thank you, Mr. Jasen. Now we do have a bro note. Jasen says, Dear Matt, I hope this note finds you happy and well. I am sending you 2 blends of GLP's Quiet Nights and C&D, Star of the East. Enjoy, my friend, Jasen. Thank you, brother. I feel bad because I almost seldom never put in bro notes. And it just makes me feel like a selfish bastard. But half the time it's because I'm trying to do it after work. Whatever the case may be. Anyways, I know no one's holding it against me. As for the Star of the East, I love it. It is a wonderful English. I'd put this in the category of special blends. I think I own somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 blends. I've smoked 90% of them. Some of them I've yet to pop the 10 and give it a whirl. And this would be definitely quantified as one of the special blends that I have. I'm getting to a place where... Oh, one thing I wanted to mention. Beans316, Brian, he said, this is the... I'd have to look at it again. It's like the ribbon cut version. Beansy316 says that the flake cut is actually superior. It is far better. So I'm super excited because I think this is delicious. So even Brian had mentioned that he wants to try the flake cut next. So I'm just saying, you can't argue with Beansy316, okay? But I'm getting to a point where I'm creating a playlist on recommended blends on Beans316 recommended blends, and I'm just going through them. I'm getting to a place though where it's like I've already discovered a handful of blends I really like, and I'm getting to a place at this point in my life because of financial problems, you know what I mean? It's like, do I want to sell her wide or deep? And I'm really almost getting to the place where I just kind of want to sell her deep. And I'm going to do a review anyways, and I do the review so I can keep it for my own posterity. And I'm different with reviews. I know a lot of people go into ultra detail. I don't care for any of that. It's just not my style. If you want to know what's in the shit, I mean, 90% of the time I tell you the different tobaccos that are in there. I tell you the name, you know, the manufacturer, if it's an English, a Vapor, or Virginia, whatever the case may be. And then I just tell you if I like it. Sometimes I give you some of my own personal subjective insights on what it is I'm tasting on my tongue, and, you know, is it smoky, is it spicy, is it sweet, whatever the case may be. Again, and there's nothing wrong with those reviews. I enjoy them. There's times I really enjoy it. I just think it's so friggin' subjective. It just doesn't matter. The probability in you hopping on tobacco reviews, if a review is really popular and you like that blend, say it's in English, it's really popular, chances are there's a much better probability you're going to like it because a lot of people like it. But again, like I said, for me personally, if I find someone that appreciates blends that I'm familiar with and he gives them 5-star reviews and I love them, I pretty much know that there's going to be some similarities with the things that he at least likes. So I'm going to buck the YTPC horse here and say it's so friggin' subjective. It doesn't matter what I taste and what I say. It's not a point of contention. I like when people put in the extra work to break down. Sometimes I'm looking for that, but I'll be honest with you, usually I don't care what you have to say about a blend. I just want to know if you like it. That's my point. It's not about what do you taste, what do you feel, what is it reminiscent of, what does it remind you of? Go back to your childhood. I don't give a shit. None of that matters. I mean, it may be entertaining, but that doesn't tell me anything. That's all exceptionally subjective. To me, it's just my opinion. It really doesn't matter, but my point is I'm liking a lot of the Brian Doran recommended blends, and I think I'm just going to stick with him for a little while. I mean, I used to use Mutton Chop Piper. I've used Amicus. Now I'm going to use Brian Doran. I'm going to spit him up and chew him out and use him like a... That sounds stupid. Whatever. I just... that LJ Peretti London Flake was fire. I can't really explain. That was amazing. And if you get on LJ Peretti's website and you order, okay, first off, there's a really good review, or there's a really good live that one of the owners does. If you just YouTube LJ Peretti, it's like an hour and a half. It's a stream. There's broken bits and pieces because there's like, it's like a live chat, and sometimes people come in with weird accents and they're yelling and it's kind of disorganized. But when the owner himself is talking, he's knowledgeable, and I recommend people go watch it. But There's somewhat of a premium with their tobacco. You buy it in bulk, but it doesn't. I don't think it says on the website, but don't just go buy a pound of something if you're going to buy that much. Get your cart up to $100. I don't think it says anywhere that's jumping out at you, but there is free shipping once you pass a certain threshold. I almost made the mistake of adding a pound of the London Flake to my cart and leaving, but I went back in and I fired up Beans 316 and I added a bunch of other blends that he liked, just the 1 ounce little samplers, and then lo and behold, I got to free shipping, and I would have paid just as much had I not added on those extra 4 1 ounce samples. That's my point. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, I didn't plan on coming out here and bringing my light and doing any of this nonsense. It just ended up that way. Mr. Jasen, again, he initiated me with all this. He reached out to me. He's the one that initiated this. Yabo. I just reciprocated. But thank you, Mr. Jasen. It's been very nice talking to you recently, and we'll have to continue this. I actually have a package for Father Brian that I'll be sending out. My timing sucks. He's leaving for, I don't think I'm saying anything personal. I think he's doing a YTPC meetup and he's leaving Sunday to do so. And you know how it is. I got something I wanted to send to him, and so he'll be out of town for a couple of weeks, so I'm going to have to wait until he gets back before I can. I hope I'm not breaching any. I'm sure he brought that up in a video. I hope I'm not breaching any kind of privacy saying that, but I'm almost positive he brought that up. But I just got that package all boxed up today, and I was so excited to mail it out to him, and I'm glad I reached out to him personally, because he's like, ooh, you can send it, but I'll be out of town for 2 weeks. I'm like, I'm just so glad I reached out to him. So I'm going to hold off a couple of weeks, then I'll send it. But Mr. Jasen, I appreciate you, sir. It's nice being able to try a blend without committing to a 10. It's really nice. I'm telling you, that LJ Peretti London Flake, like, I almost want to buy another pound. I'd have a problem. I'd have a real problem. Like, if I had money and space, I think I'd fall into, like, even Piper Dave. He's got a pretty nice collection, but I think it's still kind of modest considering. I mean, if you can afford something, I think it's pretty easy to. I mean, look, it's a great pastime. I want to try every blend, and then pick my favorites and just go deep. Cellar deep. Just weird times we live in, right? The scary part is, you know, we could go through a tumultuous time where some of these small mom and pops close down and just never recover and never come back, like LJ Peretti's or somebody. And some of these blends, after you taste them, you're like, man, I kind of wanted to get some more of that. I'm just going to say it, and I don't want to be a jerk face, but I'm kind of with Beans on Cornell and Deal. You know, one thing he always says is they offer a lot of blends, and I like very few of them. Now, I haven't had, he's had far more of those blends, but I have to say, I like the Pirate Cake. I like this. I'm trying to think off the top of my head what all Cornell and Deal blends I've smoked, but quite a few of them are just kind of meh for me. Like someone told me once, I suppose that could be said about any blending company. I guess they all do it. I know this was supposed to just be a mail call video, but I did all this work. Brought the light out here, tripod, it's pitch dark. I guess that's it. I may sit here and smoke another bowl. Mr. Jasen, 68 Saw Gunner, thank you, sir, for sharing the blend with me. Now I know I like it. Have a wonderful night or day, wherever you may be. I bid you a farewell. I bid you adieu.